What up?
Hi.
This is the first official episode. Welcome to the Just Press Play podcast.
Woo!
I am Jessica Giovini. I am Jess. I am the owner of the Just Press, and now I guess the owner of this podcast. I've never said it like that, but I guess we could say I'm the host of this podcast.
We're making affirmations.
I love it. I freaking love it. There's going to be a lot of cursing and inappropriate things on the show, so if you're not ready for that, I don't know what to say.
Welcome to that.
Yes, and I say this with love in my heart, because, that it's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So today is the first official guest interview. When I had this idea for this podcast, I made a list in my phone.
Oh my God, you can make me cry.
And I put all the small business owners that I would want to have. And Diane, who is sitting next to me, who I will introduce in one moment, was the first person that I put on this entire list. Because she's fucking awesome.
Or a little crazy, whichever.
Exactly. Which is why it makes sense. Because if we're going to do a really good first episode, it should be.
It's going to be.
Yes.
It's going to be that.
With crazy people. So here we are. Sitting next to me.
And you're taking a risk of speaking to me while I have a microphone. So.
Yes. Well, wait, you don't have your what's it called? What do you bring to weddings?
Oh, my megaphone?
Your megaphone?
Hell yeah.
Maybe you should have brought it.
Oh, no, it would have been feedback on the mic.
It would have been so.
Yeah,
no, but just as a prop. Just
Oh
as a prop next to you,
a
coffee. Which, by the way, she has a coffee. Wait,
I
I should really introduce you. That would be really good.
Yeah, hi.
And right before I will preface with right before this, Diane has last names that I can't completely pronounce, so I wrote it out phonetically. We reviewed it, and I feel like I'm going to say it wrong.
But she said it perfectly before she started recording. So.
Okay, sitting next to me, the owner of DK Events, DEEKAY Events, located in Howell, New Jersey, is Diane Kolanovic.
You got it.
Šolaja.
Yes!
Yes!
Yay!
We did it.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here. Thank you so much. Jess, you are the best.
I am thrilled.
May I just
Absolutely.
show everybody?
Absolutely.
What am I holding? You want to describe it?
This is my dog, Doc. My brother-in-law, Rob, shout out Rob, gave me this as a gift for Christmas, 3 Christmases ago. I was pregnant with Walker. And every single person that comes in here comments on this. So if you're not seeing this on video and it's just on podcast, I
think you should watch the video because Doc is the best.
The best. And he's a golden retriever and he might just show up. Because we have the door.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be distracted, and then
it's okay.
We're just gonna have
to
hit
the
pause.
Greatest ever. So right now we're downstairs in my studio. I live in Middletown, New Jersey, and my studio is in my home. It's in my basement, and we have an entrance that is right here, which is why we have perfect lighting right now.
Take note of the timing. This is when all of them should be.
Well, good, because
at least for the next 2 months of summer.
I have another interview tomorrow at 1:00. So
see, perfect.
Perf. So, yes, so it's lovely and it's hot. And let's just start off by saying that Diane walked in and there was a coffee waiting for her.
There was. And while I was driving, I was actually just telling Jess I was hoping that she would make me one of her beautiful coffees. Because last time that I was here, off business, because we like each other.
Yes, we are friends.
She introduced me to a beautiful cold foam. And
phenomenal.
And now my husband's like, since when do you drink cold foam? I'm like, since Jess's house.
Shout out Justine at Divine Coffee, who introduced me to the foamer that I got on Amazon that is just a foamer and it's life-changing.
I'm going to move this here.
Absolutely.
Because every time I twist to the left,
oh my gosh, absolutely.
You know what's happening.
So if you don't follow me and you have no idea who I am, my name is Jess. I own an invitation design and calligraphy design studio in Middletown. I primarily work in weddings, and Diane and I know each other because Diane is a wedding planner extraordinaire.
Yes.
And if you also follow me, you would know that I post coffee basically every day, which is why we are talking about coffee.
Yes. And we're also moms.
We are also moms.
Hence the coffee.
And needed. Actually, to preface,
Doc is drinking.
My love of coffee did not actually officially start until I became a mom.
Really?
Because I was so tired every day. and I was like, I need something.
Yeah.
And like I liked coffee, like,
Right.
and I was like a chai girl. Like I just loved vanilla chai, which actually Diane is drinking a dirty vanilla chai by Wandering Bear Cold Brew. Shout out Wandering Bear, obsessed with your coffee. And they now started following me on Instagram, and I got really excited. And I would really like to interview for this pod, so I just want to put that out there.
Please take note.
Please take note. Your coffee is phenomenal, and it's on tap in my house.
It really is, because I've seen
it. Literally on tap. I just like, I liked coffee, but then like it became a necessity because I was so tired because you're like raising this child. And like, honestly, for me, I actually found that like infant stage was a little easier because they're always sleeping, mainly.
And not mobile.
1,000,000,000%. And Walker started walking when he was 10.5 months, and now
he can't stop.
And he won't stop. And you know how that goes.
Oh, I do.
So I love coffee. There will be coffee talk every single episode, and there will always be a coffee available if my guest would like a coffee. So
yeah, I'll just come here to get the coffee. It's fine.
Absolutely. I have mine next to me. It's Amaretto Cold Brew, Wandering Bear. See. Okay. So, Diane.
Yes.
Is a wedding planner.
That's it.
Where can everyone find you on social media?
Well, would you like my radio
Absolutely.
voice?
Yes, I did.
Got a little closer to the mic. Bring it down a notch. I told you, don't give me a mic, but you gave me a mic.
I'm obsessed.
Everyone can find me at www.deekayevents.com. It is spelled out, my friends. Same handle for Instagram, TikTok, and all the socials. Be glad to see you there. Send me a DM. Say hi.
You're on TikTok?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not. And I know. I just like
one of my did you see one of my things went semi-viral? I don't know. I mean, it's the most views that I got, but it's the obnoxious one I did with I'm a wedding planner.
Oh, that one's so good.
It's so good. Like, it's my favorite thing.
Well, that's why.
Yeah, and then like it took me so long to make, right?
So good.
And then I'm like, oh, I should do more, and then I don't.
Because reels take forever. Even like the reel so I announced my podcast yesterday. So when this comes out, it's going to be like next week. But when I announced it yesterday, I had to put together a reel. It was so time consuming. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is so much work. I don't want to do this ever again. And they're coming out pretty bummed. Yeah. But like, no. I just like can't. I don't have the patience. I just don't. I don't have the patience.
So neither do I for myself.
Okay.
Right? But we do wedding day content for clients, right? So it's different
True.
for me. So
I can't wait to talk about all this.
So it, it's like that's different.
So true.
But like when it comes to me, I'm like, what do I want to post?
Absolutely. That makes so much sense. Okay. So now we first connected. I had like just gone full time in my business, which was like 6 years ago. And Diane asked me to be part of a style shoot at Clark's Landing Yacht Club, which we work at a lot.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that we ever met. And like, that was it.
And that's it. And we just literally fell in love.
Literally. She is my favorite person.
She's my
favorite.
favorite.
Literally one of my favorite people. I work with a lot of planners. I'm going to have other planners on this pod who I love and adore. But Diane was like the first, so like don't get offended. She's just like the OG.
I'm special.
And like she's wonderful. And like if you work with her, like the organization level is like on another level. I swear on my life. Like I would trust her completely if I was a bride.
Thank you.
And I get so happy when we work together.
I get so happy when I get to work with you because you literally like I'm like, Jess, I have an idea.
Wait, remember the wedding at Clark's that we just like had extra wood and you were like, can we just like paint it and like we'll use it as background? And it looked beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah. It looked awesome. And I'm like, well, it's extra.
It was so good. It was so good.
So good.
So that's when we first met, and then we started working together, and that shoot ended up getting published, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Once what? I forget.
I don't remember.
I get it. That was fine.
And I'm not saying that to be like a
it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. But there were some amazing vendors on that one. Kelly C, who I work with all the time, she's incredible. Mm-hmm. So tell me about, besides the fact, and then we'll get into real life. Sure. She is a mother of a little girl.
She's so cute.
A cutie.
I love her.
We'll talk about all that stuff. But how did you get started in weddings?
So long story short, it was at a time in my life where the age that I was at, like all my friends were getting married, right? I was going through my own sort of thing. You know, I used to work in the city. I worked for law firms. I worked for corporate. And we were ready to, you know, me and my husband were just like, we're ready for something different. And we also were getting married ourselves. So in my previous life, as I like to call it, DK, I basically, you know, it was event management marketing for some of the top law firms in the city and globally. And it just brought a lot of process, and I was good at it. And I looked at my husband, and people always asked me, can you help with our wedding? You know, what do you think? And I was like, yeah, sure, of course, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at my husband one day and I'm like, I wonder if I can do weddings instead of corporate and see how it goes. Because I literally was yearning for more connection, right? And although I am so grateful for that entire career because it brought me to where I am today, I just needed something more fulfilling. That's all. Totally. And needed a little more connection with people and humans, and like, who doesn't like a party? And
I was,
God. You know.
Well, you dance it.
Yeah, every single wedding. Yeah, it's in my contract.
And nothing.
No, for real. Like if you're hiring me, and you're spending, you know, $25,000 on a band, like I'm gonna dance to that band.
Absolutely.
Like because I know they're great and I love music, and people that do work with me, they already know that. So it's, you know,
there you go.
It's just normal. It's normal. So yeah, so that was the transition. Just figuring it out, saying it out loud, right? And I gave myself 90 days. I don't know why, because I think every fitness app gives you 90 days to do something, right?
Okay.
And a few friends, you know, shout out to Nina. She hired me for her wedding, and, you know, a couple of showers, and, you know, here we are. It's 11 years later. It's kind of wild.
Oh my God. 11. That's my favorite number too.
Because
I have an 11/11 tattoo.
Yep.
And then Walker's born on the 11.
Aww.
I love that. So, oh my God. That's such a great number. I didn't even realize it's 11 years.
11 years, yeah. So 11 years in business for myself. And, you know, like in between, I had incredible opportunities to do and dabbled again into corporate and done other things and blah, blah, blah. You can check out my LinkedIn. It's all there. But
hell yeah.
Not shameful plug.
No, absolutely.
And yeah, like it's been crazy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So something pretty bad. Well, a few very cool things happened to you recently, but something very specific that I want to talk about. You were recently interviewed for the New York Times.
I was.
That is fucking wild.
Thank you.
How did this happen?
So first, it wasn't once, it was twice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. it was twice. I am so sorry.
Sorry.
I could edit that, but actually this sounds way funnier.
This is funnier because it's just, you know.
Correction. You were recently interviewed twice for the New York Times. 2 times.
So, what year are we in? 2024. So at the beginning of 2023, I made a conscious decision for strategy, and I have been seeking like different outputs of what I can do in my business and where I can grow it, and, you know, where I want to go. And writing has always been something that's been like in my soul, right? I have a lot of words. They always come out, right? So I joined forces with this PR company called OFD Consulting, and Megan Ellie leads it. And it's just funny how it all kind of happened, because I was like on her list. Like I believe we met at Engage, the conference, like a while back. And so I was just like on her list, and I would always chime in because she has this amazing membership where she'll give you all of these leads from journalists, and you submit for them, right? So it's not a guarantee, right? So they literally pick like the best answers or whatever spoke to the topic properly, you know, things like that. So the few times that Megan reached out outside of her circle because she needed something, I answered, and, you know, and I got like 3 or 4 published. It's pretty amazing. So finally she recruited me and was like, Diane, can you please just join the membership? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I guess. I'm like, well, this is where I'm kind of thinking about. And she's like, okay, just take it, just do it. I'm like, fine. So I did it. And I made it a part of my strategy. And I really, like, I wrote every time. Just leave it. It's fine.
I was trying to
go back up and down.
No, go ahead.
So every time, so the leads come in like every day. And some of these turnaround times are literally like hours.
Oh my God.
Or
Oh my
due
God.
in 24 hours. And like if for my life,
Yeah.
right? It's crazy. So, you know, I spoke to Vedran, that's my husband. And I was like, shout out, V-Dog. And, you know, I spoke to him and I'm like, listen, I really want to do this. I think it's going to be really, really good for, you know, we just rebranded. I wanted to get more, you know, backlinks to the website. And that's what, did you hear that?
No.
Anybody care? No?
We're going to like do all the things.
I'm like, I'm 44 and drinking coffee. So you're all going to be like.
Absolutely. Let's just.
But anyways, so, you know, and I told him, I'm like, can you, like, we need to talk about this because if I get a lead, you're going to have to like pick up Leia, you know, or I'm going to have to adjust or, you know, so we tag team and for an entire year, I was just busting out articles.
Oh my God.
And
huge.
It was crazy. 2023, I think it was like 47 published. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
like
so
I can't even say it out loud to like
bottom line, you're like pretty fucking great.
Like
like
thank you.
Let's be real.
I know that. I know a lot of things and I think it's better for me to write in that way than to, you know,
it's like therapeutic.
Yeah, it's absolutely therapeutic. And, you know, a part of like marketing yourself as a small business owner is like telling people like what you know. So that was the easiest way for me.
Yeah.
Instead of like, here are the 5 tips on this. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to show you, like, these are the weddings I'm doing. This is who I am. If you want some tips, like, here's an article that I wrote. You know, like, here you go.
That's great.
Or like, even my own blogs on the website.
Yeah.
Like, I just, it's really mentally draining for me to, like, think about educating my audience when I think my audience really connects with me as who I am.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I'm sorry, all marketing people who think otherwise. I hear you. I love you. But I'm really tired. And I can't do it.
Hence the coffee.
but one of the leads came in for New York Times, and I was like, I don't know, like, it's just. And we just introduced in that same year, same day content creation for our clients.
Huge, which is such a big deal now. Oh my God,
and so we were doing it as like a courtesy to all of our current clients, just to see what we could do because we essentially were already doing it.
Yeah.
You know, with all the behind the scenes and stuff like that, but we took it up a notch for our clients and made these like beautiful 1-minute just highlights, right? And completely outside of cinema. Don't cancel your cinema, guys. Like, please just keep, like, make it as an extra bonus to have your content creation. Don't cancel the full video, okay? But you capture things that other people don't, you know?
For
like,
sure.
I don't know, like, grandma farted or something, or like, you know, or like, you know, the flower girl is like running around and ate her flowers, you know.
Oh my God.
Like just something,
like
like just something, you know, like kitschy like that. But, or like during like the ballroom reveal, like sometimes cinema is like out doing other details and where they're, you know, so.
And it's so exciting. Right. I watch those when planners or florists or anyone shows the bride and groom walk in and they're like their face like, oh my God.
I mean, it's the best thing to like see. It really is.
I love that.
So I shot my shoot my shot.
I
threw my
shot.
I was shooting my shot. I shoot my shot. I shoot my shot. I don't know. I took a chance.
There you go. She did
the woman of many words cannot speak publicly. And it was about content creation, and you know, sometimes you don't hear anything, right? And it was like, I don't know, like say 3 weeks later, right? And I get an email, and I'm like, and Megan emails me, and she's like, Diane, no, or she texted, I don't remember, but it was like one of those things where she emailed me, she's like, can you talk to the journalist? I go, whatever you need, I'll talk right now.
Oh my God.
And, you know, we adjusted, Vedran took over, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Got her on the phone. She asked me a few questions, just talked about it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, I don't know, I say like 2 months after that, it was like live. Like it was
huge.
And Megan texted me and I was like, oh my God. Like,
so fucking cool.
Like so crazy.
Oh my God.
So crazy. And it's almost like the dream I didn't know I wanted. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Right? Because I kind of put out into the universe, like I want to do this writing stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
manifest that.
Yeah. Shit. I'm like, oh my God, like this is all amazing.
Yeah.
Like beyond.
And I feel like not to like switch gears. I feel like kind of at the same time, but correct me if I'm wrong, you were also featured in Martha's wedding.
Yes. So that was right after Martha.
Okay, because I feel like it was really cool stuff. Yeah, like all at the same time.
Yeah, and Martha was a topic that I absolutely love. It was about finding couture dresses online to buy, cool. Pret-a-porter.
Yeah.
So off the rack.
One of my really good friends did that.
Yeah, I mean, like if
her dress was to die.
Like, unfortunately, like you're very limited to sizing for that. But like if you can do that and just pop in and buy like a Valentino.
Oh my God.
Like do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I would die, Like I still dream about the Oscar de la Renta from 2012, the year I got married.
Oh my God.
Which is when he started that light blue, like something blue line.
Yeah. Yes.
That was his first.
Oh my God.
So I still get goosebumps and I still have the cover that it was on. I think it was either Martha or Vogue. I forget. Okay. That was like the one thing I saved from like wedding planning.
Because if you work in weddings and you're listening to this, you know that like there's like the holy grail. So like Martha's brides.
And what is happening here?
I have not been in either, but that's fine.
But she will be.
I'll get there.
She just hasn't.
It just hasn't happened yet. It's hard.
I'll make it happen though.
Thank you. Follow me. At the Just Pass. But no, that's like huge deal.
It was crazy because there's two types of like sort of publications, right? It's like about your knowledge or about like your featured work, right? So I still remember the first time I was featured for my work way back when. It was my first style shoot and it got published and it was Style Me Pretty. And another huge one. Huge. And this was like, 10 years ago, right? Oh, well, yeah, 10 years ago. And I was in the parking lot of Staples in Marlboro.
Oh my God.
And I get an email and I just start sobbing.
Oh, I know. It's so exciting. It's
So I'll never forget like Megan's text, and I think it was like a Sunday. She's like, Diane, and I'm like, what is happening? And everything just I don't want to say like it.
No, but it
snowballed, but like like I really put in the effort, and that's something that I want people to know is that
you have to.
If you don't put it out there, it's not.
I've never. People ask me actually all the time, like, how'd you start a business? Like, what like. How did you do this? You were working in the city and you like did it. I'm like, yeah, because I wanted to do it. Yeah. Like I would get on the train 6 a.m. I would get home at 7. I'd work all night, just even like networking, working on weekends, getting into shops, which is not even what I wanted to do, but just like I wanted to do weddings. But that's how you meet people and get into other places. And like you have to want it. It's not just gonna fall into your lap. No. You have to put every single ounce of yourself into it, and it's tiring, but like look at us now,
and it takes a long time.
It's not an overnight thing.
Like it's not overnight at all. No. So I understand those people are like, oh, this overnight success like in Hollywood, and I'm like,
oh my gosh,
that girl's been acting since she was 11. Like I don't know what overnight thing
and I don't even TikTok stars, like I don't know any of that. I am so far into like when they're like, oh, TikTok star blah 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 is on blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know who that is. But like I don't know how they get started either. I don't know. But yes, I don't think that is real. I don't think overnight, like you're literally putting in the work and you just aren't quote unquote discovered until that moment, and
I think that's the most humbling thing to understand. And it actually releases a lot of like stress from your life, in my opinion. Yeah. Because there was so much, in the beginning, like comparison and thinking you're good enough.
Still do. Yeah.
Yeah. Every single day, right?
Yeah. How many times have we texted each other? I'm like,
when are my therapy sessions again? Every 2 weeks? Okay.
Mine's tomorrow morning.
It's on Thursday. So what's today? Is today Wednesday or Thursday? No.
Today is Tuesday.
Oh. Never mind. I have a whole day in between.
I have therapy once a week. So mine's tomorrow at 9:30.
But anyways. But that was the first one. It was super crazy. But do you want to hear the funny part?
Always.
Okay. So we know how extra I am. Right?
Obviously.
And how I don't like making reels. Right? But I'm like, I need to document me going to Wawa.
Oh my God.
To like buy the paper. Right?
Yeah.
So here I am. It's like 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
Right? And it's the Sunday paper. So it's like, it's like the New York Times, right? And I'm documenting it. I went to ShopRite and bought 3 copies. And then I went to Wawa. I'm like, I'm going to need more. So I went there and got like 4 more. And the guy is like, oh, Like, why are you buying like so many copies? I'm like, you want to know a secret? He's like, I have a shout out in there. He's like, stop. I'm like, swear to God. He's like, congratulations. I'm like, thanks, guy. Right? I come home.
Yeah.
I wait until like Vedran and Leia are like awake, whatever, and then like I open it up, and they cut me out of the fucking printed edition.
Stop.
And my heart.
I literally just
like you felt that, right?
Oh my God.
And it was literally two more paragraphs that were like 3 sentences each, and I'm like, but mine was a good part. What happened? But guess what? It's just the printed edition.
Yeah.
That shit is still framed.
Yes.
I'm gonna be living in my house. But what really matters is that it's always and forever on the NewYorkTimes.com.
Yes,
so,
which is huge.
Which is fucking amazing.
Yes,
like it's
everyone
just,
goes to that now.
Yeah,
more.
it's like so cool. It's just really cool. Obviously overnight I didn't become some like, princess fairy living in a castle or anything like that. So, your life doesn't really change, but it really becomes something like that you should be proud of.
Yeah.
So,
huge. Oh, also forgot to say like not the actual like domestic global knot is also
that's a good one too. Yeah.
I was like, don't want to forget them. Yeah. I'm a knot Hall of Famer.
Which I think we were in the like years ago.
In the global?
No,
we were in the Jersey one.
We were in the Jersey.
I've been in the Jersey one.
The print edition.
Yeah. I've been in a few of the Jersey Shore, which are still like such a big deal.
Yeah,
but
they are.
Yeah, there's actually, if I could tell a really quick story.
Yeah.
The Knot reached out to me right before COVID happened, and I got headshots on and everything, and they were going to publish me in the domestic version of the Knot magazine.
Oh my God.
A whole interview about me, and then COVID happened, and they discontinued every magazine except for one, and they had to cut it. I know.
Oh, there goes the mic.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's years later, and I still think about it, and I'm like, oh, please come back to me.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
Can you send me those photos?
Yes, they're so good.
Yeah, because I'll make you. I'll make something.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
It's gonna be framed back here.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. You were invited to New York Fashion Week.
I was.
Huge. She literally posted about it, and I like DM'd her, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, it's.
Can I come?
I couldn't go this past spring, unfortunately, because this was this April.
Mm-hmm.
The first week I had the first wedding of the season was on a Thursday, and the weather was like insane. It was literally like Noah's Ark.
Oh my God!
Do you remember like the big storm? Like
yes, yeah.
And then was that the same week the earthquake happened?
Probably.
I think so. I don't know.
Sense.
All the gods were working that week.
There was a lot of shit.
But I couldn't risk like being away from the wedding, so I had to skip it. But my good friend Alex from Sweet Start Weddings, she went in my place to just take some.
Oh my God!
Like background,
not
background, but like some fashion photos, which was really cool. But it's quite an experience.
Oh my God, so cool, so freaking cool.
I mean, there's so many different shows that are happening and all these different designers, and it's really, really fun. And I love all of that stuff.
Oh
God, I really, really do.
Those are like the only things I miss about like working in the city.
Yeah.
Like I worked in beauty and cosmetics, so I got to go to like
all the things.
Very cool things. And like that is like why it's like those are like those moments where you feel like you're in Sex in the City.
No,
you're like, oh my God, this is why it's so cool.
And then my hair blown out that day.
Oh my God. And then there's like a homeless guy peeing on the street, and you're like, never mind, I hate this place.
You're like, oh my God, I love New York. I miss it. And then like it's like 5 p.m. and I'm like, I can't wait to go home.
Literally. And isn't it crazy because we live like so close?
I know.
But it just seems
it's
so much further away. I know.
But one of the shows was Milanova, so I don't know if you're familiar, but they're based in Ukraine, and they are amazing. They introduced a non-conforming sort of line, like whatever you are, you can wear it.
I love that.
So like the guys now, like fun fact, like during the fashion show, I'm texting like my best friends. I'm like, doesn't this dude look like Edward Cullen? And so we were just dying. Yeah. I'm totally aging myself. So, but anyways, but like hello, but 100%. And he walked out wearing like these awesome like pants and like a corset. And I was like I was dead. Like I literally fainted. And then like the next round that he came in, he's wearing this beautiful veil around his neck with pearls on it. And then on the bottom was like a little feather ruffle. And I'm like, stop. Like, stop. It was awesome. It sounds ridiculous saying it out loud.
No, I'm like kind of like envisioning
but,
it. And I love that they did a veil in a different way.
Yes.
It's not like on your head.
And then guess what? And then one of the brides came out wearing the same thing in a different way. So it was just really amazing.
That's so
Their
cool.
their fabrics are like, I just love them. They're amazing.
Oh my God.
Really, really
good.
good.
Can I come with you? I'm
Yes.
sure you'll be invited. Okay.
October will be much better for me. So,
Okay.
you know.
Oh, that's so cool, Diane. Like literally, you got invited to New York fucking Fashion Week.
I know. Like I do cool
That
things.
is
I
so
just don't.
fucking cool.
I just don't post on Instagram a lot.
You need to, because like, how else would we know this? This is the
I
coolest.
know. Well, now the world shall know. Call me. Okay.
No, I love that. Well, we can like get off course about weddings, but I do have two things I want to ask you about weddings. But I'll ask one now, and then we'll use it for the outro.
Yeah.
And this is very generic, but what is your biggest piece of advice when choosing a venue?
Oh, I have lots of opinions.
But yes, and it doesn't have to be like one. I know I said like biggest piece, but like, what do you think is important?
Are we basing this on a couple who has hired me to walk through their numbers?
100%.
And we are not going to be
like hired me
from
everything.
Because that is huge.
Like full planning.
Because I don't like to give advice to people. They're like, oh, what should I look for in a venue? When I'm like, well, did you look at your bank account
Exactly.
first?
No, $1,000,000,000%.
Like, please.
Yes.
Like, they go and book and they don't understand what plus is.
Yes.
And then, you know, they're like, oh, I thought it was 200 a plate. I'm like, no, it's not.
Is anywhere?
No, nowhere is not. That was a joke. JK.
I don't know about that.
I would say, depending on your vibe, your aesthetic, right? Make sure that it's, like, think about what your full day is going to look like, right? Ask about how long you could use the facility, right?
Very smart.
Do you want to get ready there? How far is it from the hotel? So just think logistically, right?
Yep.
I think when it comes to food, you probably already know, right? You know, this and that. But I think it's that aspect of how much time do you want to spend at the venue?
Yeah.
And how important, like, you know, where it's located. Is it on a beach? Is it in the middle of a highway?
Yeah.
You know,
which
like,
a lot are.
Which are, you know, like 146 in Jersey. You'll see a few.
Literally.
I mean, they're great. They're fine.
No, it's just like,
but you know, like some people just don't care.
Yeah,
right?
no, not at all.
Just make sure that it encompasses the end results of everything that's going to be happening that day. You know, and another one with venues that just kind of goes into catering. Your service charge they put on that contract does not mean your gratuity.
That is right. Wait, I have to say something.
Yes, please do.
Diane is not the only, but one of the only, because there are other planners, and you know who you are, one of the only planners that I get gratuity from clients from.
I feel very passionate about it.
She cares so much about every single person, and usually whenever she and I work together, it's usually from like beginning to end, like save the dates, invitations day of, or just invitations day of. So like I really get to know the couple, and it's like a whole thing. But she cares so much about that, and is very passionate about every single vendor getting something extra, and it is so appreciated because it
no matter what amount,
very
just,
rarely.
even if it's like a Starbucks gift card, something.
That's so nice. Yeah,
because
I did that for my wedding.
Yeah, same. And I just feel very passionate about it, and that's what upsets me about sometimes when you go to venues and people are so excited, right? And you sign off the contract, and maybe you're not knowledgeable, and you know, 10 months later, they're like, "Oh no, service charge isn't gratuity," and you're like, "But it's like $6,000-$8,000." Like, yeah, but it's not your gratuity. You still have to pay the maitre d' and the servers and the bartenders.
And some venues tell you how much you have to give them.
Right, exactly. But at least those venues tell you up front, right? But the ones who just kind of like, you know, just, I don't like it. None of the venues that I work at. I'm just saying.
Shout out.
You know who you are. I love you all. You guys are very straightforward and respect. But yeah, that's my biggest one. Just include that into before you sign off your life. So
no, but like literally. Okay, speaking of passion,
Yeah.
you're a mommy.
I am.
Me
My
too.
little baby.
And you are a wife.
I am.
And you and your husband are super Croatian pep pride. And I love it.
You mean super ethnic?
Sure.
should they talk like this so it makes more sense?
Oh my God, absolutely, please do
Oh,
it.
Jessica! I'm so excited to be here.
Please talk like that the rest of the time. That's amazing.
That's how my mother talks. She calls me Diane. What? Oh, you know what she did the other day? I posted, it was my goddaughter's birthday, and they live in California. Mm-hmm. And so I tagged it North Hollywood, where they live.
Sure.
She calls me 9 a.m. I'm not even kidding. She's like, Diane. I'm like, yeah. She's like, where are you? I'm like, Mom, I'm like literally on my couch. And she's like, but I see you in North Carolina. I'm like, Ma, I gotta go. And she's like, I don't know.
That is so cool. Can I be related to them? Because I love LA and I would love to go out there all the time.
That's how I met Vedran.
Oh my gosh. So actually I was gonna ask you that. Because I knew you guys were really involved in your church, right?
Well, so I had, still have, it's just on a hiatus, a nonprofit for Croatian Americans.
Oh my God, I love that.
And so we would help, local chapters have
amazing
parties, gatherings.
Wait, what is it called?
CNYLA, Croatians in New York and Los Angeles.
You heard that?
The website definitely doesn't work. It's still parked, it just doesn't work. And we hosted the Croatians cruise, the one and only, leaving from the U.S.
Oh my God, how cool is that?
And it was a good party time, man.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
And we would, everyone would go on a boat for like 3 to 5 days. Was usually 5 days was like the longest, I think, that we did. And we'd hold like cultural little things like together, and we'd all have like huge dinner. Like it was really like a special thing to do.
So wait, how did you guys meet?
So Vedran actually lived in LA when I met him, and it was in San Pedro, California.
Okay.
There's a huge population of Croatian Americans.
Okay.
And Croatians like off the boat and all of that stuff. And every Memorial Day, they have a huge street party. But CNYLA was invited to co-partner with the events for like the pre-party and the day before and the after parties, right? So, obviously we like got like some club in LA, like, like the whole nine, like, it was,
I feel like I'm on the hills. Right
yeah,
now.
it was 100% the hills. Oh my God, I never even thought about that. I can't even take it.
You're in the right place. Can't wait to talk about Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, just call me Elsie.
Stop. I love
so I was working that night, like legit, like straight up working. Everyone that we knew, right, was just so drunk and having a good time. And, so I just sat down with, one of my best friends who does it with me. And I see a friend from my dad's village, right? And he's a good friend of mine. We've been friends since we were kids. So here's the thing about being Croatian, right? Like you're all from the same town in Croatia, right?
Okay.
And like you all go and visit grandma and grandpa, but everyone lives like around the world. Right?
Okay.
So when I say like I'm close with my cousins in Sydney, like this is why. Right.
Cool.
So like this is why I have like a cousin in Austria or friends in LA. So it's like a global network of crazy people.
That is so cool though.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
It's really, really fun. And so, I see my friend and I'm like, oh my God. And I go up to him, I say hello, and Vedran's standing next to him. And, I shook his hand and I'm like, oh, what was that? I'm like, do I like you and you don't like me? Or vice versa? I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Okay.
So whatever. Didn't even think about it. I mean, I obviously thought about it because I was sober, but like, everybody,
This is all you're going to hear on this is me going,
yeah, that's, well, listen, you get Diane, you get her cackle too. So I can't hide it. I'm sure the snort laugh will come out.
Oh my God, please.
But so the joke is that he doesn't remember that moment like I do.
Oh.
But the very next day, my friend was hosting a Memorial Day barbecue. So this was now my day off. So me and my friend Linda, we just sat there. I mean, this was back in the day. So, we went to town to like a case of Coors Light, right?
Cool.
So we were like halfway through to making a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? And I see V-Dog like walk in, and I literally elbowed this girl so hard, and I went, that's him. I go, that's the dude that I met last night. She's like, oh. Now, I don't know if it was from shock or me like taking out her rib, either or.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, move over. I made her like leave the seat next to me, which is like one of those like rocking swings.
Oh my God.
You know? And like there was no other place for him to sit. I'm like, oh hey. And I try and act all cool.
I'm trying to be like really
but now like I'm the not so sober one.
Yeah.
Right?
Well.
But it was a great party. At the end of it, you know, like we followed each other on Facebook, you know, or like
that's
the next morning.
Happened with me and Nick too.
That was like
so
that
cool.
was the beginning.
Wait, and this weekend's Memorial Day.
Yeah, so it's like our meeting anniversary. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it's like so cute.
I love that. And now you have Leia,
and now we have this little human that we're responsible for.
Wait, is she 5?
4.5.
Okay, so turning 5,
going on 36 probably.
She's literally the coolest.
Like she kind of like she's definitely cooler than me. And Megan too.
Everyone.
Like she like she has her big girl room now, you know. And it's like a dream. Like it's really like it's so cute.
Course, yeah.
It's so cute. And she's like, "No, Mama, I'm gonna get dressed today." I'm like, "Go." I don't want to do it anyway. So.
Oh my God, she'll like go to Fashion Week with you one day.
Oh my God, stop!
I can't. Like, are you kidding?
I got the other day.
She's definitely gonna be like incredible personal style.
Oh my God!
Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, she's been living in sweatpants for like 3 weeks,
fine.
but
that is style.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you kidding? That with sneakers is like a.
I mean, and
thing
also
now.
It's like Bluey sweatpants, so like, come on.
Bluey, we love Bluey. I love Bluey so much.
If you don't know Bluey, you're probably not a parent.
Okay. You definitely aren't.
Actually, though, it's so good.
My friends Haley and Ed. Hi, Haley. We had it on one day at the house, and she was like, "This is the best show ever." And I was like, "I know." She was like hysterical laughing because it's like for the parents. It is so good. I love it so much.
Yeah, because you're on repeat on cartoons, and this like, speaks to you.
But they do like there's real stuff, serious things that happen.
Did you watch this
miscarriage one?
Oh my God.
There was that one too.
I don't know if I remember that one because I probably would have sobbed at that one.
Yeah.
But did you see the one with like the dad when they were at the beach and he was throwing his emotions into the fucking sea?
No, oh my God. We watch so many shows, so I haven't.
I'll send it to you later.
Yes. Oh my God.
It's so I was thinking.
I know, because so much shit happens in life, and actually we can get to that now.
Yeah,
too.
That's a good.
Yeah, that is like crossover, right? Look at me. Yeah. Look at fucking me now. Okay.
Guess number 1, she's killing it. Can we get a round of applause?
Thank you so much. Just press play. Don't forget. I can't even deal with myself. Like I hear myself, and I'm like, I can't. I think I'm so funny. So I can't deal. I can't. Okay, well, Leia.
Yes.
You guys did IVF, right? Can you talk to me about? I actually have a friend going through IVF right now. Like, what was that like? Because we're going to talk about all the real stuff here.
Because it goes into
life,
and your work. It affects everything, right?
Oh my God, huge.
So, July of 2017, we had a great 4th of July, and I got pregnant. And then a few weeks later, I wasn't pregnant anymore. Or I should say, I had a very strange miscarriage where I was literally the topic of conversation at Monmouth Medical. Like, I was brought up to the board.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because they were like...
That's where I delivered Walker.
Yeah, that's where I did.
Right, yeah, okay.
Like, they did not know why it was taking so long for my body to, you know, I don't want to
release.
Release it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I thought that was funny. But, you know, I was scheduled for, you know, like a surgery to like...
DNC?
Yes, to like clean it all out, blah, blah, blah. And that morning, my doctor was just like, you know what? I'm just going to test you one more time. And I'm like, okay. She just had like a feeling.
Yeah.
And like my numbers finally fell. Okay. So she's like, I think you're going to do this on your own. Just come back in a week. So I didn't have to do it.
Okay.
Right? So after that, though, because of like the weirdness that was happening, she suggested that I go to an IVF doctor and I have to do a panel of like blood work, right? Which is fine. So I get this panel of blood work back and my doctor calls me and she's like, listen, I need to send you to get a CT because your prolactin, it's a hormone that you produce when you breastfeed, is elevated. Or it also gets elevated if you have a pituitary tumor in your brain. And I'm like, I'm sorry. What?
What? Say what?
I'm like, this, like, I just want to get like knocked up. Like, this is not what I signed up for. I'm like, I thought it was pretty
the problem.
easy.
They tell us to not have unprotected sex.
Right. Like you
And then
told
all
me
of a sudden you
for
can't.
how long to not get knocked out.
Literally.
And now you're telling me I'm having an issue? Okay. So
seriously.
Long story short, we panicked that day because like I intercepted the script, right? And I think they wrote it this way so it can be pushed like so I didn't have to wait.
Okay.
But they said possible aneurysm.
Oh my fucking god.
And so now we're both like crying, right? We're just like, what the fuck, right? Like, what is happening?
Literally.
Knock on wood, thank God, no aneurysm. Slight little like, stuff happening. It could be a pituitary tumor.
Okay.
But for IVF, you just take a medicine that lowers that hormone down. Because if you produce prolactin, you don't ovulate.
Okay.
So this could have been my problem for all these years, which like nobody picked up on.
Fun.
Yeah.
So fun. So fun.
Fucking wild, right?
Yep.
So we started it. We were not covered by insurance.
Damn.
But what we were covered for eventually was all the medication, which was like $6,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say I haven't gone through this. So when I say yes, it's just that.
No, I get it.
I have a friend.
Affirming.
I'm not trying to be like, yeah, I get it, because I don't.
No.
But I have a friend going through it, and like she updates us all the time, and like hearing everything, it's huge.
It's
so
wild.
Please
it's
continue.
Wild.
Yes.
And when you're in that mindset, right? And I'm just a person who, I get into hyper focus and I ignore things and like whatever.
Same.
But for two people to go through this and wake up at 4 a.m. to like go do blood work and like first you have to do a process. First you try like IUIs because that's what insurance did cover. Right.
Okay.
And then the doctor's going to be like, hey, you're a geriatric pregnancy, so we're going to have to like speed this up.
Mm-hmm.
So if people out there, if you don't know what a geriatric pregnancy
is,
over
35.
If you're over 35, you are considered a geriatric. So put on those Golden Girl pants and sit on the lanai.
I love
because
stop. I might have to name the podcast after that exact
Golden Girl pants.
The Golden Girl on the lanai. I'm writing it down
on the lanai because. My doctors are amazing. Nobody ever called me a geriatric, but like you get all like the stuff like,
of course.
in your portal and you're like, okay, fine. Long story short, hundreds of needles later, it's you get excited and you get not excited, right? Mm-hmm. And you're putting your body through this and you don't even realize like what toll it's taking on you. You gain weight, like you have these lumps on your butt from it. Like, it's like, it sucks, Mm-hmm. But the cool thing is like, you get a lot of care from your doctors.
Okay. I love that.
So when you finally are pregnant, like you get extra like sonograms.
Cool.
Yeah. So tell your friend.
Part.
Yeah. So tell your friend like, because it's like a high risk pregnancy, quote unquote.
She's geriatric.
Yeah.
She's like 41.
She's gonna be fine.
I know. Yeah, it's been like so cool. Like every time that she's had like her procedures, like she'll send our girl group text like photos or like, and then every time like the blasto and everything, she like lets us know. So it's like
those pictures are amazing. Like it's
so
unbelievable
cool.
The science of it.
Yes.
And as a woman, you really kind of like fall in love with your body and how amazing it is.
She said this is the best she's ever felt.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's incredible.
Because you feel like Superwoman.
I mean, you are. Literally, if
like,
you're a woman and you're... Okay, first off, let me just...
Yeah.
Women are fucking amazing.
Yes, they are.
Period. And beyond.
Yeah.
But also, just on top of that, if you are a woman, like, going through all of this, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and I just think, like, I grew up in a culture where you just do what you got to do. Like, you're not really celebrated for things, right?
Yeah.
Which is why it's hard for me to celebrate myself. We talk about it all the time.
Imposters.
But yeah, welcome. But if you, when you look back at it, you're like, Jesus, like, this is so cool. So cool. Like, it's...
Like, science
like,
is... Nick's obsessed with science, so he thinks all this stuff is so cool.
Like, it's so amazing what these doctors can do.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, on, like, also... Because we talk about this stuff, too. Like, even on, like, the spiritual side.
Oh, yeah.
Like... like
we're very spiritual.
Yeah, super.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was afraid to tell people that I was doing IVF that went to my church because they're very vocal about it.
Wait, I'm going to say something. I don't really care.
Okay.
When we did Bricana, now Nick and I are going to be married 9 years, and we did pre-Cana. We actually had to sit and talk to a couple who adopted because the church.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't yell at me. This is just what I know.
Either.
The church is against it, so they were so religious that they didn't believe they were allowed to do that. So they ended up adopting, which is amazing. But like, it's okay. Like, everyone can do
I
what
just
they want.
wanted to say and bring it up that it's a miracle no matter what.
Wow. $1,000,000,000%.
Like, no matter how adoption or implantation, even surrogates are like fucking amazing.
Oh my God, beyond.
My friend just had a surrogate, and like, it's that's a whole different journey.
Beyond.
You know?
Whole different journey. Someone who was a surrogate.
So, but yeah, like it was a time where would I do it again? No, I wouldn't, because of the financial.
Oh my God.
Part of it,
which is so sad.
It's sad, the financial part of it. And now that you have this child, like your entire life is uprooted, and it's the time and dedication. Like I can't see myself waking up at 4 a.m. and driving by myself because I know Vedran's going to have to watch Leia.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I had the utmost privilege of Vedran coming to every single appointment.
Yeah, of course. It's totally different once you already have one.
When and we don't have any eggs on ice. Like, she's the only one.
It.
So we had.
That's fine. You could just have one.
Yeah, but that's the miracle part of it, right? Like, that's the miracle part of it, because she, like, I had 2 retrievals, right? Okay. I had, the first one was, I think, 13 eggs. Okay. And the second was 11. Okay. So that's what, 24? Yeah. I can't do the math. Yep. Or 26. I don't know how many we had exactly, but out of all of those, only one.
And here she is.
Like you can't tell me that's not a miracle.
That's
like,
incredible.
Like, that's
like literally.
Right. And people who, if you don't know like how IVF works, like, your sperm has to get tested, the eggs get tested to see if there's abnormalities, and then they have to get tested again once the sperm and the egg join. So you're like literally like you were saying, like the blast and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like every day you're looking to see, like, all right, did the sperm catch on? All right, how many eggs are implanted? Gosh. Like, it's crazy, So she was the only one, man.
And she's here.
And she's a blast. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm very tired.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Walker's out of his mind. My child. Yeah, he's so cute. Oh my God,
Walker's my buddy.
He's my buddy. You guys had the best time last time you came over. He was like, "This is amazing," and Diane was like, "He's so good for my ADHD."
Yeah, it was like, I'm like, "Ooh, okay, shiny things, let's go."
Amazing.
I'm like, Bubbles.
Wait, that's a really good way to preface his ADHD. Look at this. Okay, let's talk mental health. So we talked about mom life. Obviously, first off, going through IVF while owning a business, I'm sure was huge.
Annoying.
Yes. And even just being as someone who was pregnant while going through a business is beyond. And it's so stressful because you're like, oh my God. And like, Walker was born in March, so it was like I didn't want to miss all spring weddings, so I only took off 2 months, and I was like, why did I do that? I'm tired. And I had a C-section, so I'm like, oh my God, I'm crazy. But like, oh my gosh, like going through IVF, running your business while going through all of the processes of it, them being pregnant, you have ADHD.
Yeah, the diagnosis came after. So, so welcome to that. So this is all brewed within the last 5 years.
Oh my God. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? It's just like everything at once.
Yeah, and like now that you're like on the other side of it, like, okay, I'm good. Yeah. Like
huge. I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to work on it every single day.
Yeah, of course.
But like just for the being pregnant one, so Leia actually came early to the world. So she was, it was like 2.5 weeks. So she was right on the cusp. Okay. But she was still considered preemie. Okay. Right? But 3 of my biggest weddings that September happened.
Oh my God.
Right? So shout out my husband and Kathleen. I love you. You saved me.
Oh my God.
But literally, my amniotic fluid started leaking.
Oh my God.
So we really had to get her out. So I had to get induced. And saying that out loud is like so gross.
Is it so weird?
You're like, sorry about that.
I was induced too because Walker was 8 days late, and I went into labor. Yeah. But it was taking forever
to like get.
So they gave me Pitocin to like.
Yeah. Same. Mm-hmm. So I literally I had to drive myself because I got because like, well, it was like serious. Like, you know, I get this scan, right? And the doctor's like, all right, so you're going to go check in. And I'm like, okay, check in to where? I'm like, the Marriott? Like, where the fuck do you want me to go? Like, all right, I'll take a mommy day.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
And she was just like, let's just go. Like, I think it's time. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm calling Vedra. I'm crying in the parking lot.
Oh.
I'm taking selfies because I'm not going to be pregnant anymore. And I'm like, where's the...
Wait. Can we talk about this?
I didn't have like enough photo shoots.
Literally leaking.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I'm like,
need to go into labor. And she's like, but wait, hold on.
One last selfie. Like one more. I'm like, look at this beautiful building. Yeah.
Selfies.
Yeah.
So, adding that to the title. Selfies while pregnant.
Selfies while pregnant. That's where it's at. I am a millennial through and through.
Same.
Fuck yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't regret it. Not 1 second. It was fine. She wasn't in any danger, okay? Yeah. Thank you. Well, she was. But, like, it's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine. So, you know, so I'm at the hospital, and I'm like, pregnancy is ending now. Baby's coming. Kat, can you, like, reply to my emails?
Oh, my God. Seriously.
You know? Yeah. And it was wild. It was really, like, I'm really proud of that time because my clients then were just so amazing and kind, and they got gifts for me, and like it was just like I'll never forget.
So nice,
you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a couple weeks after she was here, I just needed to like get some air, so I actually came to the rehearsal for one of my clients.
Oh, okay.
And then Kat and Vedran executed, and I'm just really proud of that because
that's
like
huge. Yeah.
Nobody skipped a beat. Like it was fine.
Incredible.
You know, and if I can just give any advice to anybody out there who's looking to grow a family, like don't plan on having kids based on your work. Number one, like
learned that.
Base it on your life and what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Just have an exit strategy and get some good people to back you up, and you'll be fine.
I love that. That is a huge piece of advice.
It's huge. Because you know back when I'm like, oh yeah, so I should probably get pregnant in like like July.
Yeah, I did this.
So I can give birth, before weddings.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I was like,
doing
I need to do off season, and then like, I don't. I know there are people who get pregnant on the first try or the first month. Kudos to you. I don't really know anyone that happens with.
Yeah, God bless.
But God bless you.
I do. I know them, and they're great.
I know some of them. Whatever. That did not happen for me.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to plan that, and like didn't happen. It was so stressful, and I'm stressing myself, which everyone knows the stress,
which doesn't help
now. And then I was like, "Fuck it,"
and
then I got pregnant.
Yeah.
So like
this is
stupid. I know. It's like you look
back
and you're like,
"Don't cut my head off." Audience, but like this is like why do you think teenage pregnancies happen? There's no stress.
Absolutely.
Like we're just having fun. Fuck it.
God.
Who cares?
Literally. No, like literally. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't.
I love it.
So actually, wait. I thought of you earlier, and because I had an intrusive thought last night, and I was like, oh, Diane and I text each other when we have intrusive thoughts, because this is our life. We're both moms that struggle with.
You think you were gonna say like, oh, we text each other like cute photos of our kids? No.
Actually,
we text each other, like, you want to know what I just thought about?
And like you fucked me up.
And now I'm like crying, sitting in
literally, and then we have to like hype each other up. But it's great because this is why we have each other, and this is why mom friends are like I always heard about it. You hear about like, oh, you make friends with moms. And then it happens.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
I also think we're a special pair.
We are. We're insane.
There's just like no filter. Like
totally. But like you even mentioned before, like imposter syndrome. It's like things that like, especially when you're successful and then you're like, oh, but like, am I? And then you start questioning yourself.
Yeah.
It's like doubt. And like I have OCD, the doubt disorder. So it's like, oh, but like, what if? Mm-hmm. And it's like, actually, no, like, it's all good. Like, we're fine.
Yeah. Like, like ADHD, like, explained exactly why I am the way I am. Because after Leia, right, now there's an entire checklist of things that I was not responsible for prior. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of bubbled up everything. And I honestly thought I was just having, like, a midlife crisis, like, absolute breakdown. I'm like, oh, my God, 40 now? What's happening? It was, I turned 40 literally a week before shutdowns, like, pandemia style, whatever. It was great. And I love all of my friends that like did videos. It was fine. And then we like made up for it like 5 times after that. So it's okay. Like for 4 consecutive years, we just keep celebrating.
I mean, that's great.
But, and I just started therapy and just figuring it out. And, sometimes like with ADHD, you hyper-focus and research is a big part of my thing, which is probably why I'm really great as a wedding planner, because I will analyze and fix things in my head.
Yep.
Like for any type of organization, deadlines help me, right? Like gets things done, right? So there's absolutely no possible way that I'm going to fail my clients because there's a deadline. It's the biggest deadline of your life.
Yeah. See, I learned this too. It's like my therapist and I have talked about how we think like I had little spurts of OCD before it happened, but it was like good stuff. Like I become obsessed with an idea, and then I like run with it and I get excited about it. But then I had bad ideas, like bad thoughts that I became obsessed with because I was like, why? Like I couldn't handle it. And I still can't. It's hard and now I know how to deal with it better. But like, so like you're saying, like those are the moments where the ADHD is like so helpful to you.
Yeah.
And like helps you to be successful in your
100%.
job. And I totally feel that. And it's just like learning how to find that balance.
Yeah. And it's also like, the creativity part of it, right? It gives me the freedom to, and my clients are so good with that. And they, they'll give me like 2 or 3 things and I'll be able to create exactly what they're looking for. And it's, like, it's a gift.
And there's not many people that can do that.
Right. Nope. And and I'm not here to say like, the typical like ADHD is my superpower thing, because I think that gets overplayed, because I just think ADHD, some people like on TikTok are like, oh, it's a trend. Like everyone has ADHD now. I'm like, no, I just think we have. She got so mad she hit the mic, guys. She's like, oh my God, no. I can't do it. But, I think what we have is an entire generation that was forgotten and put to the side
100%.
because it used to be a little boy's problem of hyperactivity, right? What I have is hyperactivity of the brain, right?
Oh my God, cool.
Right.
See, all my stuff is mental. So
anything that's like neurospicy like that, right? Like, you can literally be like, Diane, can you, like, I'm looking at that beautiful, like, welcome sign. Yeah. Be like, can you go put flowers on it right now? I would have no problem leaving here, going to ShopRite, and making an entire thing of, like, florals from the grocery store because it's new, it's shiny, and I'm solving a problem.
I love that.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, will I forget what time it is? Absolutely. Will I, like, would I think in my head that that's going to take only half an hour? Yes, but it actually takes 4.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one of the big things where I don't like saying it's my superpower, because at the same time, it's part of my struggle. Yeah. Right. So it's saying yes to too many things. That's something I had to work on. Yeah. Right. Or,
I still deal with that.
Like, like it's you're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Yeah. But sometimes saying no is better for your mental health.
Oh my God.
And now, I used to wonder, like, my God, like Vedran always said, like, you need like 2 days off after an event. And I used to think it was me being physically tired, right?
Oh,
and I'm like, no, I'm like mental gymnastics for like 48 hours. So we don't do nothing on Mondays.
Hell yeah.
I love that. After events or not, we are closed on Mondays. Do not call. I will not answer. I might text you only because it's the week of your wedding. Okay.
Well, that's different.
You get priority, obviously. But, so I've learned to like stack and, you try to like learn from everybody and be like, how do I do my calendar? How do I do this? But like
everyone's different.
Right. It's and those things don't work for me.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So learning about how my brain works has helped me become better at process, better at serving everyone, and better at like being a part of my family and being present.
That is something that I am working on so hard this year because it's so hard to be present, and becoming a mom changed everything. Yeah. Like you went from running a business that you only had to take care of yourself because
that was your baby.
Exactly. And your husband can take care of himself.
Of course.
So it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, no. You have a child now who you are in, and I have a dog, but like he's super chill. I mean, and dog can take care of himself. He's the greatest ever. But like, it's just completely different. And then like also as people who we both gone through immense loss in our life, and like, and for you it's been much longer than mine,
Right.
but like learning how to navigate life
through that.
differently. If you want to talk about
Yeah.
a little about your
Of
brother.
Of course. Yeah. So it's been 15 years. Like, it's wild because, exactly. The sniff and the, eyes wide. I get it. Grief is strange. And I say this to everyone now that I've been through it. And, and I'm sure I've said these words to you, but like, it doesn't go away.
Never.
It changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
It changes.
And it's like, uncomfortable when it changes.
Yes.
Because it's like, what?
Yeah. I just said this to Vedran the other day because I lost both of my in-laws within a year and a half.
Yeah.
Just fucking wild. Like, we still don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening.
Yeah.
It just and I know you understand that.
Like, 100%. But that's insane. I know.
So
to preface, I lost my mom 2 years and a few months ago. 3 weeks before Walker was born, and then my grandpa passed away 6 months later. Yeah, right? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But she's always there. She's always talking to you.
I know, always.
So
she gave me a lot of signs yesterday when I launched this, and it was, I knew. I was like, okay, she wants me to do this. Okay, cool.
I'm just expecting something to fly
I know, right?
Now. But it changes because like when it first happens, you're in such shock that you go numb. You just you go through the days just to live.
I've said this a lot, recently. Actually.
And then after that initial shock, you're just like going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I lost my brother when I was 28, right? So I'm like the prime of my life.
So young,
and he was so young. Like I am, because he was 13 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah. So he passed away at 42. Right. Okay. So now I'm 2 years older than he was when he died. Like that's fucking crazy to even say. Mm-hmm. Right. But ironically, did you see my Facebook post when he
yes, and it was like the big party and your family. It was so good. It was like such a Diane tribute.
People like took me wrong because like what? Because they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry." Like, and I'm like, "No, I to tell everyone out there, I took my brother's like last photo that he took with me, and I threw it into like an AI generator. It was fucking hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah, like he was like chilling with.
It was so good. Like I want to do that with my mom.
Like, and I just think it's so funny. I'm like finally, my friend Kat like broke the silence. She's like, "This is fucking hilarious." I'm like, "Thank you." I go, "This is."
I know. You're like, I didn't do it to be depressing. I'm trying to be like, look at him.
I'm like, look at him chilling, and I just wanted it to be sort of like a sign for people that like, it's 15 years, right? Like, we still miss him at holidays. There's always an empty chair, right? That we're always going to be looking at. There's always stories that I wish we can tell him, and like all of these things. I always wonder, like, I wonder if he like would be doing this now, or I wonder, if he would be doing that or whatever. Or like how, he would be with Leia. Like I even have the one with the baby with the AI. I love that one. That one was beautiful. That one was like really good.
I think about doing that sometimes with Walker and my mom.
Like, and I think it's like healing in a way, like to like have fun with
my
it.
dad asked me to do that when Walker was born, like Photoshop a picture.
And I did it for my family. If you want, I'll be happy to do it for you.
Cool. I mean, I feel like it would be cool.
Yeah, just send me some photos. I'll do it for you. I did it, and it was like a Christmas gift for like my parents. And we have the same one hanging in my house. So we just like, my brother, I have my other brother, Junior. And so he sent a picture of him and his boys. I had one of my parents, and I had one of my brother who passed, John. And I just kind of made it like, it looked like one big group photo. Right. So
I love that.
Yeah, and I printed it on canvas. So it looks like legit.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So it was, it changes. Grief, and we just talked about this, I think, last time, is that people who, from what I can tell, go through something so huge, they're changed forever. And like a veil is lifted that you never knew you were behind.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden.
Many different ways.
Right. And all of a sudden, you almost see clear for the first time. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, the fuck? Like nothing matters. Really why do people give a shit about this?
I know. Oh my God. I literally just felt like a brick off my chest with you saying that. Seriously, it's true. Because I'm like, since dealing with all going through all this stuff, losing my mom, Walker trauma. Mm-hmm. Then I got sick in the hospital. Then my papa died. Then I got OCD because of everything that happened. Like, I go through so many days where I'm uncomfortable and I just like have to learn to sit with it because my whole life I didn't feel that discomfort.
Yeah.
And I was like, how was I really living? I was
Yeah.
just in like, everyone has emotions and we all deal with all like things in life, but like these are like major things that all happened one after the
all
other.
At once. Yeah.
And it's like, shit. And like in my solo pod that I did that's going to be released before this, which I gave you, I was like, Diane's coming on the first episode. I talked about how like I'm starting to learn, thank you for therapy, that like it's okay to sit with it and like feel it, and like just because it feels uncomfortable doesn't mean it's bad.
No.
But I immediately have always taken it like that, and I'm like, oh, why do I feel like that? Oh, why am I feeling depressed? All this. Listen,
like if you actually would be doing your body a favor.
Yes.
If you're just like, you know what, and Vedran reminds me of this all the time. He's like, just go fucking lay down. Yeah. Like just go.
We don't know how.
You know, I'm like, I don't know how, but like I'm taking his advice. Like, if I'm having a morning where I'm completely distracted, right, and I know I don't have anything major, like I don't feel guilty as much. I want to say as much because I still do feel guilty. Just like sitting there and enjoying my coffee and just having silence.
Oh my God.
Sometimes the overstimulation
triggers me. Therapist actually had me, and I haven't done it recently because I've been feeling good. Thanks, Prozac. Shout out. Pets and therapy. But she, every day when I was really in the thick of it, and it helped me so much, every day, 5 minutes a day, I would set an alarm, just sit and do nothing. I literally would sit on this couch and I would just sit and do nothing. It was the most clear my brain has ever felt, ever.
This is me driving. I love driving. Because I only have to drive.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Right? So my brain isn't empty, but it's giving me the silence of being able to think about like fun things, and a lot of ideas come to me, but like I just let them be. I used to like want to like write them down, be like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And now I am always scared. Like, oh, you're gonna forget.
You're gonna forget. Yeah. I always forget. You should see the notes on my phone. It's like ridiculous. It's like I have I write 10 novels and just notes of what I have. But you know, like driving distances, and now that I found Audible, oh my God,
so good.
I'm like back to reading again.
Oh, it's so great. I know. I listen to audiobooks while I'm working.
That's totally off topic, but
I know. No.
But that's
no, I love that because actually I haven't read it yet. I have so many books that I've ordered that I have not read yet. And of course, majority of them are reality TV stars. Yeah. I did read Stassi's. I found out I was anemic and I had to get transfusion. So I used her latest book. Yeah. Because I had read the first one and then the second one. I used that as kind of what like helped me get through infusions because I'd bring my book with me every time. And I also didn't know that when you have to get infusions for anemia, you're sitting with all cancer patients getting chemo. So that was a trigger too because of my mom. So the book reading like helped me a lot. Yeah. And like, but I have so many books that I have to read that I'm just like waiting to find the time, and I don't know when
that's where like Audible has helped me. I think for the past 2 years, which is huge for me. Like I used to be like reading all the time, right? Especially like, way back in the day when I was like commuting to the city. Like forget it, right? I think last year I tapped out at 13 books, which is like amazing. Huge. Which is I tried to give myself like once a month.
That's amazing.
But the more I drive, the more I listen, right? So even if like I have
driving here.
Yeah. So no, actually driving here I did music because I just finished a book last week, so I like to
awesome. Yeah, take a break.
Yeah, so I like to take a break. Yeah. Right. And then I do in between, like I'll do a business book and then a fun book. I love business book or like self-help and then a fun book. I love that. Like fiction or something like that. Yeah. So just to keep it fresh.
I love that. I got let's switch topics. Pop culture. Yeah. I got Ariana Madix, her cocktail book that came out that she wrote it's really good. I still have to like read it, but I want to have like can we have a night where we just like make cocktails?
Oh my God, yes.
So each cocktail
Would that be like a bonus episode?
Oh. Scandal cocktail night. Done. Mark it. It's happening.
Literally.
It is happening. We're having it. We will talk calendar later. I'm dead.
It will be the season finale.
Dead. Oh my God. Well, wait. We have 2 more weeks of reunion. Okay.
Okay,
we'll
wait,
do
so
it.
don't
So
be- don't
maybe
be-
not. But like, we'll figure. It'll be after that.
So don't be mad at me.
Oh, no.
All right. It's been a couple of months.
How far behind are you?
I just started episode 1.
Okay, I have to tell you though, I'm not gonna lie, this season blows, and everyone
Okay.
knows it. And only it's like a fact.
Yeah.
It's just like boring, and like unfortunately, it's making me like not love people who I like loved. But I know, but
we did have some good stuff outside of the season. Okay, so first of all, Ariana killing it.
Oh my
Like,
God,
on Broadway.
huge.
On her
Which, by the way, because like.
Was it Broadway or
Chicago?
Broadway.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. That's
Lala,
all from like,
okay, so Lala
Dancing
used to
with
be
the
like one
Stars.
of my favorite people because she doesn't give a fuck, and that's how I am. But
Yeah.
like this season, it changes.
Yeah.
She just like she wants the like she went through her shit, so she's like, why isn't everyone giving me this credit? But like Lala, it just you didn't. Okay,
Yeah.
so like stop.
Yeah.
And you learn like Ariana. This is her background. This is what she actually always wanted to do.
Yeah.
So like, she fucking it happened and be happy. Like that's fucking awesome. Something about her just opened like the other day. Diane, can I fly out to LA? Can we go? See
my
your family?
God.
Let's go.
Oh my God, so
Diane,
excited.
Nancy Meyer movies are like my favorite, and they named every sandwich in the restaurant off a character from Nancy Meyer movies. And the Nancy Meyer set director,
Can I like look it up?
absolutely designed their entire restaurant. They hired the set director.
Wait, I think because obviously I watch when I'm doing stuff, and I was building like Leia something for her room, so I must have missed that. Was that the first? I think they mentioned it in the first episode.
They mentioned it even last season. Yeah, it was like a thing. Yeah, I know. I'm like dying to go. And the sandwiches sound so good. But everyone's hating on her. Team Ariana for life, and we're gonna have a party. So each cocktail is based on something that happened during Scanval, like each thing that came out. I know. I'm like, she put her pain to purpose. That's what I'm trying to do, even with this pod.
Although I do enjoy, although I don't know how sustainable it is for a little cafe to like shop vintage plates all the time. Like I was a little bothered by that. Only because like I have
the money from like
I guess
they have the money from the show and
right.
But yeah,
So,
she's like killing it at life.
love
And now
it.
she's the host of like Love Island and like Team Ariana.
So
what up?
someone uploaded a menu.
But so when Scanval happened, I'm not gonna lie, this sounds so fucked up, but it helped me get through a really hard time in my life.
Yo, some of this stuff helps.
Dude,
you just kind of like
it was such
out.
a good distraction. Everyone became like obsessed with it, and like unfortunately, I don't mean to take purpose in someone else's pain, but it was like, everywhere. It was impossible. Yeah. It was impossible. Especially if you like love the show, and I love all of like Southern Charm, Vanderpump Rules, even like I love the Netflix ones like Love Is Blind and like the Circle. We just finished. Even Nick only likes the Circle. It's like the only one who watches.
Summer and Winter House got Vedran through some stuff.
Summer House is so good,
and then he got me into it. I'm like, oh my god, this is excellent.
Wait, do you know I only started watching Summer House like 3 seasons ago?
Yeah, like I started. Yeah, like I started around then too. Yeah. I believe
I'm behind on the list,
but I'm just really proud that my husband is the one that introduced me to it. So I was
but you know now that like after the reunion of Vanderpump, like none of them are friends anymore. So much comes out at the reunion.
Oh, I can't wait.
So like no one's friends. But I will give Sheena.
Which I'm not like kind of shocked about.
Sheena is annoying, but I will shout her out because she this season since she just started, she has come out for women. Because she has postpartum OCD, like
yes.
She talks about it almost every episode. They talk about it during the reunion. I'm like, this is what we need. This is what we needed.
Yeah,
like,
which is probably why I like. I mean, there's definite opinions about Stassi out there.
Oh my god, I love her. She's my favorite person.
You know, but like, and let's face it, like everything is curated on for the gram.
Oh, of course. Okay.
But like, I kind of enjoy that she's like, pretty picture. My life's a mess. Like that's her caption.
Her podcast is my favorite podcast. She talks about how they only post the good pictures. She's like, Hartford's a disaster. Don't like she is. I can't. I love her. She's my favorite person like in life. Like I'm obsessed with her. I want to be friends with her. At Paige Zorbo, I just want to be friends with them.
Listen, everyone in my life knows the struggles that I have with my child, right? And we also I definitely have texted you about this, but like her potty training was like wild. Okay, like we were just shitting everywhere.
Yeah,
okay. Let's just poop wherever the fuck we want.
Whatever.
Right? Like, how am I supposed to post that on Instagram? Like my clients are gonna be like, this woman is insane.
Yeah. I'm listening. My nanny just said.
Are we over time? Have we talked too much?
We have been talking for over an hour.
Oh my god, I love it. That's usually how we hang out though, so that's fine. Totally fine.
But yeah, honestly, which is so funny, on my list, we have hit up every single thing that I want to talk about. So like, honestly, we could even just wrap it up now, but so I'm going to wrap it up with what I was going to wrap it up with. So,
it was a question. I remember something about.
I know, I have it here. So what I was going to ask was like, but you kind of already answered it too, but separately. I was best advice to an anxious bride, but we like kind of already took that, so it's fine. Yeah. But what do you love about weddings? Why do you work in this industry?
Because I'm a psycho. Because
Why do you work in weddings? Because I'm a psycho.
I love to get beat up. No, I'm just kidding. I take that back. I take it back. I think there's like within vendors, like we all say that we're crazy to do what we do.
Yeah.
And when clients are like, I can never do your job, right? And I'm like, you're right, because I'm not emotionally invested as much as you are.
Yeah. All right, smart.
You know, and I say that to all my clients. I'm like, you don't realize what sort of emotional ups and downs you're going to be going through. Mm-hmm. I do, right? Like I always say to my clients, I'm like, I'm your third party.
Yeah.
Like you can come and tell me and complain about like your future mother-in-law all day. Like I got you. I got stories too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you want to say like, oh my God, my fiance is not, you know, contributing enough to the planning. Can you help? Like I'm there.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So my biggest advice to like, you know, couples out there is just take a step back and just don't like compare yourself to others. Don't like, you know, like your parents are paying for the wedding. Super awesome blessing. Thanks, mom and dad. Mm-hmm. It's not their wedding. Stand up for yourself.
You heard that straight from the mouth of a wedding planner.
And honestly, like if money is an issue and, you know, the relationship's like, no, we're paying, so we're planning, then elope, dude. Like, say no thank you.
Literally, yeah.
Like, literally, be like, go to the courthouse.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I just feel we put so much pressure on this huge thing, right? But we can make it absolutely, like, chill. You know? Like,
you could literally do whatever you want.
You could literally do whatever the fuck you want.
Heard it straight from
you know?
the
And, like, you know... Mm-hmm. And also my biggest advice, and this is like a complete plug for all wedding planners, right? We are not a luxury service. We are what should be a first service that you look at. And, you know, I'm like, listen, if David Tutera is out there, right? Or, you know, some of my favorites like Marcy Bloom, I love her. Like if they, you know, and if Bravo wants to call me and put me on a show, I'm totally fine.
Let's do it.
I was on Bravo before. So, you know.
There you go.
Oh my God, I'm just saying, Real Housewives. Anyways, but like
I do that.
But you know, like if I'm not trying to be like everyone thinks like, oh, these planners are so expensive, and you know, it's why like I don't need one. I'm like, no, you don't need one, but when you look at everything else, you don't need a photographer. You don't need a videographer. You don't need an invitation.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But what you do need is a sense of calm and education. Mm-hmm. And that's where like planners step in. You know,
everything goes smoothly.
Now,
the best ones.
Yeah. every planner is different. Every vendor is different. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. But you know, do whatever the fuck you want and find people that you vibe with.
100%.
Including, especially your vendors. Like if you can't laugh with your photographer, if you like are picking somebody because you want to be on a magazine, that's great. Call me. I'll do a styled shoot. You don't need that pressure on your wedding day. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you're looking for a certain vibe, go with somebody that can design that way.
Yep.
You know,
there you go. Yep.
Like, if you're looking for something else, like just you have to search for it and don't be rushed, man. Just because you like get a ring doesn't have to get married in a year.
Yeah.
Like shit's expensive.
You don't have to.
Even from like a high-end wedding person.
Yeah.
So, you know, like.
Yeah. Take your time. It's okay. You don't have to plan everything 5 days after the ring's on your finger.
I am not here to bankrupt people. I promise.
Oh my God. I know. I try to help people cut costs wherever they can.
Yeah.
I feel the same. Well, this was fucking awesome.
This was amazing.
I truly do not know how I'm going to cut this down because it was so fucking good. I love you.
I love you.
Jess,
you did it.
I know. We're so fucking cool.
So
we talked about everything in life, which is amazing, and everything that I want to talk about. Yeah. But
this was I have to sign a release, so I release all of whatever Jess wants to do with this.
That's like a thing now that I have to do. So like have to be
really
legally
important
compliant.
Now, so
it's like a thing.
But
yes.
like commemorate.
Yes.
Right? I got you a little something.
Stop. I have something for you too.
Oh my God, stop it. It was my
Stop.
coffee. Oh no, it fell off.
I'm going to start crying.
No, stop. So I don't know if people out there can see, but this little ribbon, right, is one of my favorite colors that Jess introduced.
I know exactly. This is May Art
to one of my clients.
Stop. Because I remember
It's
we
my
used it and you were
favorite.
like, this is like my DK.
Yes, it's DK colors.
Stop it right now.
So it's just a little take care of yourself box. Okay.
I have to say something that is also depressing, but it's fine. When my mom passed away,
Oh no.
Diane sent me the most beautiful gift I have ever gotten. I'm not even fucking kidding you. It was incredible. And it was a box that with a notebook, and it had a pen with angel wings, which my mom was obsessed with angels, and sage, and just the most amazing things ever. And this reminded me of that. And this is really fucking special.
I wanted to get a golden microphone, but I didn't have time to order. So I
can't deal with you.
I think that has to be.
You are the sweetest person in the entire world.
So this is in
yes, tell me.
In Chinese culture.
Yeah.
Right? These are coins to bring wealth into your house and protection. So you want to hang it on.
My whole life is evil eye and everything.
So exactly. So you want to hang that on your door, either your business door or your front door. And
I don't have anything down here. I have something for upstairs.
Yeah.
So
that's also part of Feng Shui. So obviously sage.
Sage is my whole life. I sage before you got here.
And these are some bath bombs. Just go.
I know. Look at all this stuff. Yeah. You're amazing.
I love you.
Now let's tell everyone again where they can find you on Instagram at DK Events.
DK Events, but it's spelled out, guys. So DeeKayEvents. That's Instagram.com. whatever. All the things, all the socials.
You're amazing. This is the Just Press Play podcast. Yes. First episode down. Woo! So excited for my next guest to come on. Stay tuned on Instagram because that's where I'll be posting all the drops, and you're going to see some clips from this video before it's launched. So
thank you
thanks,
so much. Oh,